This is a great honor for every fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm honored to be in the NFL.
What can I say? Mamba out.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the afternoon show presented by ESEN. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez, Jay McLevin, and Frankie C. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, the Cowboys made a couple of moves. I was excited to see that, but unfortunately, the moves that they made didn't really, I don't think for me, move the needle for this team at all. I think we're still pretty much the same as if we hadn't made the damn moves. I mean, they got Williams from the running back out of Denver. Not really excited about it. I mean, they got him on a $3 million deal, whatever. And then they got that defensive tackle from the Jets. But I got to be honest with you, man. Jerry, what are you doing, man? We got other things, man. Come on, get the let out. Let's go. We need offensive lineman like there's no tomorrow. I think we did get an offensive lineman, but nothing major. Not a good. They're like a high-ranking offensive lineman.
You know what's funny about that? Since you brought up the Cowboys,
yeah,
they always talk about how they're always all in. But over the last 10 years, the Dallas Cowboys have not signed a free agent.
Yeah.
For over. Wait a minute, let me finish. For over $6 million. They have not signed a free agent that's cost them more than $6 million in the last 10 years, but they try to say they're all in.
I still kind of wonder if that whole Ezekiel Elliott, Amari Cooper, Dak Prescott, 300, whatever, all those big contracts he gave out that kind of bit him in the ass a little bit. I kind of wonder if that made him gun shy about spending money. I don't know, because it doesn't make sense. We should have been bringing people in and we haven't. It's crazy.
How's it going, Frankie?
I'm doing better than Dallas. I know that. I mean, and that's not Jay's fault. That's not a knock on Jay. That's just, money-wise talking right there. We got the money and they don't. But, Jay, you got to look at it on the bright side, right, for the Dallas Cowboys. You don't got that much money. But Jerry's filling in some needs. You got a running back instead of going and, bringing back Zeke. That's an upgrade from Zeke right there. Yeah. You re-signed your wide receiver / return guy who actually dominated and showed out last year. You get an offensive lineman who, protects Dak Prescott. Let's see what he can do because we know how your offensive line always tries to protect Dak. And then you're looking at the defensive side of the part, right? I mean, you're filling in the needs. Jerry's filling in the needs with what he can. With what little money he got, but as a Patriots fan, I'm doing good.
Colts fan, we're doing great, man. We got Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah.
Yes, let's talk about it. Let's start that off, ladies and gentlemen. He spoke it yesterday.
Oh, I knew it was going to happen,
and it came true this morning. Look, even your dog is upset about it. He's crying about it on the background. He's like, I don't want Daddy talking about goddamn Daniel Jones, but it's done, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Jones has signed a contract. I think it's 1 year, $3 million worth, or no, 1 year, $10 million worth, with the Indianapolis Colts. Tony, Chris, how do you guys take this reaction?
Yeah, I thought it was $14 million. Yeah, I thought it was I thought it was $14 million.
I think you are right. I do believe it is 14. I read about that earlier today. I was looking at that. I believe it is 14 million. He didn't get much. I think it's like a 1 year, $14 million contract.
But they say he's going to give him an opportunity to win the job. So I guess what we can hope for is that the coach can bring something out of him, or he can get something out of Richardson. And I mean, we wasn't far from the playoffs last year. We'd have been one and done probably, even if we'd have made it. We went and choked against the Giants and screwed up our playoff chances. But last year, but we'll see. I mean, I like what we did on defense. We got 2 really good pickups on defense. But I mean, I knew we was going to get Jones. I didn't think he was going to get anybody else. I think Darnold was too much money for him to go after Darnold, and I think Darnold would have been a better fit for us than he would have been for where he went. I think we got a better offensive line.
I agree with that.
But I don't think the Colts wanted to spend the money. So that's I understand. That's what you think.
Actually, the more I think about it, I'm actually becoming a little bit bigger fan of the move. Because if they'd have brought in a guy like Darnold, like you said, then you're basically saying you just gave up on Richardson.
Yep.
Which the more I hear people talk about what was going on last year in the building, maybe they might need to move on from Richardson. But I think doing this, you're bringing in a guy that can compete with Richardson, but it still gives Richardson a shot at winning the job. If you brought in Darnold and paid him that money, it wasn't going to be a competition. No. Darnold was going to be your starter. And if you look at the numbers, I know Jones wasn't great with the Giants, but the numbers he put up are a hell of a lot better than any of the numbers Anthony Richardson has put up in his last 2 seasons with the Colts. Richardson completed 47% of his passes last year. Daniel Jones completed 64% of his. The average in the NFL is 65%. Richardson at 47%. Richardson threw 11 touchdowns. Well, last year in the 4 games he played his rookie season. So in his NFL career, he's thrown 11 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. Yeah, he has some rushing touchdowns, but he's thrown more interceptions than he has touchdowns while he's been in the NFL. His passer rating has only been over 80 one time. Richardson passer rating last year was 61. Jones' passer rating has been at least 80 or higher every year the last 4 years. So I'm not saying Jones is a great quarterback, but if you look at the numbers, he's been playing better than Richardson. So it can't be no worse than what we've had is the way I'm looking at it. And I love what the Colts have done on the defensive side of the ball, getting Tre'Davious Ward and then the other guy, I can't remember his name now, from Minnesota, that safety. Bynum. So I like what we've done so far in free agency. And I think if you were trying to get true competition, I hate to say it, but Jones was probably your best bet at getting true competition without having to pay a bunch of money. So it'll be interesting to see how it works out.
Jay, I'm gonna let you go quick because I just want to say this to Chris and Tony. I love you guys. But what I'm hearing is you guys are fighting so hard in your heads to put a little bit, because you're stuck with it. You know, you guys signed this done deal. Like, you guys, you know, and I understand, because listen, we got Cam Newton after Tom Brady, and I had to stick with it. I at that time I was calling it the New England Patriots. It's just I had to stick behind it. But I feel like in your head, you guys hate Anthony Richardson so much as a quarterback for you guys that you're trying to put in positivities in your head about Daniel Jones. Like, it's not a bad signing, you know. No, Chris, with the number wise, you know, he's not a good quarterback, but number wise, he's better than Richardson and stuff. But you guys are so like, instead of that one, you're just like both of you. You know what the hell? The defense side of the ball, though, I am falling too deep in love with that. Like, I'm so grateful for this GM. The hell with Daniel Jones. Look what we're doing on the defensive side of the ball. I love you guys. Like, I can see it right now. You guys are amazing.
Hey, don't have much choice. We're stuck with it, like you said.
And the other option they would have done was brought in another guy like Joe Flacco or somebody like that. Old veteran and that's what we've tried the last 4 or 5 years. So hey, maybe trying something different is better.
Let's pause for a minute, please.
Here we go.
Look, I have bit my tongue as much as I can bite it, Gonzo, and I want you to know that I love you and I respect you so much that I literally bit my tongue off. But literally, if we put Tony and Gonzo on a lie detector test right now, I'm just trying to tell you. Listen, what I see right here is 2 guys that are desperately sad about the QB position. Now, I will give Gonzo credit. Gonzo did his homework. He gave you good stats, so he does have a leg to stand on in the argument. Tony, you're kind of out there in left field. But Gonzo, because you did your homework, you have a leg to stand on in your argument. But I got to tell you guys, look, and I think you'll know that you did do good on the defensive side of the ball. But you know Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. I'm gonna put the pause on Anthony Richardson because I still feel like we have not really seen Anthony Richardson, a full season of Anthony, fully healthy and what he can do. I think there's still a lot to be learned about Anthony Richardson. And I don't think Daniel Jones is going to push him. If there's any question about Anthony Richardson's character or work ethic or whatever, I don't think Daniel Jones is the kind of quarterback that's going to push him to get better. I think he's going to push him to stay status quo, if anything. I will tell you this. I think where the Colts are right now, currently, I would put them at the number 2 spot in their division. I think Houston clearly has the number 1. I think you're clearly at number 2. I think because there's so many questions about Jacksonville right now that they're definitely number 3. And obviously, the last one I figured who else is in the division? I can't remember.
Tennessee.
There you go, Titans. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think the Titans are dead last. So, I mean, I think you guys are a solid number 2, and I think if anything, your best shot would be at a wild card spot. I think that's kind of where Indianapolis is right now, currently, and that's being generous, given that you have a lot of questions at the QB spot.
Hey, I'm in the same position I was 2 years ago, Jay. When they drafted Richardson, I didn't like it. So I'm saying prove me wrong, and I'm hoping for the best. I'm still there. I'm 2 years later. I'm still in the same spot I was 2 years ago. I'm hoping for the best, whether it's Richardson or Daniel Jones. I hope it's Richardson. I want this young kid to succeed. But first of all, what's the chances? He hasn't come close to staying healthy a full season. So the chances are very slim that Jones is not going to see the field at some point. Jones is going to see the field more likely because I don't think Richardson is going to stay healthy. I hope he does. But so far, he's not even close.
You know what got – oh, go ahead, Chris.
I think the Colts have a chance to win their division this year. I mean, wait a minute. Let me finish.
He's got good.
We were right there last year to win the division last year. And if Jonathan Taylor don't drop the ball going in the end zone, we would have had the wild card spot over Denver. So I mean, we were right there last year as being a playoff team. We wasn't as bad as like our quarterback play was terrible, but team wise wasn't as bad as people think.
Hey, Jay.
Like if Houston ended up finishing with 2 wins more than us. They were 10-7. We were 8-9. And we blew a game against Houston and a Denver game. We had a chance going into last season, the last week of the season last 2 weeks of the season to win our division last year. So it wasn't like Texas or the Texans were just so much better than the Colts last year.
Not last year.
Even the year before we lost to Jacksonville the last game of the season, or we could have won the division.
Frankie, and Facebook, Meta, AI, whoever's out there listening to this, when we cut this show at the end and we start cutting clips, I pray to God that take is part of it because I'm straight putting that on TikTok.
Hey,
I'm gonna
put it on there.
Hey guys, wait a minute. What is Houston doing right now?
Wait a
minute. They couldn't protect the quarterback last year, and they got rid of one of the best linemen. So what is Houston doing right now?
That's a good point. And to caveat off of what you're saying, Tony, there's actually a lot of anger right now within the Texans organization because they didn't want Tunstall to leave. And as a matter of fact, not only do you lose an offensive lineman, but then you go in and you grab a high ranking or a very good ranking defenseman and Garner Johnson. So they didn't really like that whole trade thing between Tunstall and Garner Johnson, but I will tell you this, for quote unquote, there have been rifts. And I think the reason why Tunstall was let go or traded was there was rifts between Tunstall and CJ Stroud. And I think obviously CJ Stroud won that one and Tunstall got the short end of that stick. So I think there were obviously things going on in that organization as to why Tunstall left. But you're right, Chris. They do. They need defense, or they need offensive linemen really, really Ricky Tick to protect Stroud. You're right.
And you can't forget Stroud's going to have a new offensive coordinator this year. The first time he's had a different offensive coordinator since he's been in the NFL as well. That can change some things.
Could be good, could be better, but could be worse.
So I agree with you guys on last year. You guys were close in the playoffs. I feel like what happened with Houston is, let's not forget, they lost a lot of players.
They got hurt. My receiver got decimated
at the wrong time as well. And Jay, you're a witness to that because you had one of the, during fantasy, you had their wide receiver. And, having Stephon Diggs only play 4 to 6 weeks, and then he got hurt out for the rest of the year. So they lost players, and it helped the Colts a little bit in catching up. But like you said, the Colts at the end, towards the end of the season, blew a couple of games and everything like that, and a player couldn't, carry on to the ball. But I feel like this is still between Houston and Texans.
No,
Houston and Colts.
One more piece of information, and then I want to get you guys on all of this. So Tank Dell is probably not going to be back this year. That guy tore up everything in that leg. He ain't coming back this year. I don't think we see Tank Dell until next season. So I think that's one of the biggest reasons why Christian Kirk came over, and now it's going to be opposite of Nico Collins. Obviously, Diggs, I don't know if he's fully healthy yet. I think he's still injured right now. But he's a free agent. I don't think
Yeah.
Houston's bringing Stephon Diggs back unless he's willing to take a pay cut. Where do you see Stephon Diggs landing?
The rumor was that Diggs and the Texans were talking, and a lot of people thought that he would go back to the Texans. But I mean, nothing's been done yet.
Yeah, I mean, but I think if he goes back, he's got to take a pay cut. And I don't know if he's willing to do that.
And that's the reason why he's not signed yet, Jay, because Stephon Diggs, and I'm not trying to, get us canceled or whatever, but he's a true asshole. He really is. From Minnesota to Buffalo, now to Houston. He's been an asshole. We've seen it off the field. We've seen it on the field. And I know for a fact he's sitting in the Texans GM talking and saying, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and play for this much. And then you got the Texans GM like, listen, we want to give you a good deal. We want to keep you. But we can't guarantee that you're gonna be on the field for us because after last year. So why would I give you this much for these many years, depending on how many games you're going to play for us? And, he's not in his – Stephon Diggs is a great player, but he's not in his prime anymore. And his prime years were like 2-3 years ago. So, I mean, you're getting to that limit where Stephon Diggs, you gotta like what Jay said, you have to start looking and talking to GMs and saying, listen, you want to show out? Then take a pay cut. Take that minimum, take a certain deal and show why you deserve to get a max contract. But I want to go back to Anthony Richardson real quick because I wanted to talk about this real quick. You guys were talking about him and stuff like that, and I had it in my head that I remember a time I liked Anthony Richardson when he was a Florida Gator. I really did. I felt like he was a perfect quarterback at that time. He balled out when he could. Injury did catch up early to him in his rookie year. Last year, this past season, he had a pretty good amount of games. What got to me and what ended my fandom for Anthony Richardson is when he quit on the Colts on field, live on camera. That's what killed me with Anthony Richardson. I have never seen an NFL player, quarterback, running back, lineman, doesn't matter who. I've never seen, besides Antonio Brown, I've never seen another person just quit mid-game on the field. Like, that's insane to me. And, as a rookie, because clearly this was your rookie year because you were out early last year. So technically this was your rookie season type shit. And you go and you quit on the Colts. You're supposed to be their franchise quarterback. You're supposed to be their future leader, their future captain, and you quit on them. So I feel like that's what made it more of a, we need to get a different quarterback in here. And that's why they went young and went and got Daniel Jones for that 1 year, $14 million. I feel like Anthony Richardson is going to be your starter, guys, but somehow, some way, Daniel Jones is going to finish it.
Well, we got to hope.
Are you saying that Anthony Richardson doesn't have the eye of the tiger? Is that what you're saying?
From reports, it sounds like he don't have a lot of shit. Yeah. I mean, sounds like he shows up late to meetings. It isn't prepared. I mean, hell, our damn practice squad quarterback was getting on to him at the end of last season, telling him, "Hey, you need to tighten shit up and start doing what you're supposed to do." I mean, and then just the more you hear,
when you got a practice squad guy telling you something.
Yes,
when you got a practice squad guy telling you something, that tells you right there everything you need to know, don't it?
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to be the leader of the team. I mean, you're the quarterback.
I'll be honest. I don't have high hopes for Richardson. My hope is, hey, look what happened with Darnold. I know I'm grasping at straws, but look what happened to Darnold. He went to a new team, a new system, new coaches. Maybe Jones can get turned around. I mean, that's what I'm kind of hoping for. I'll be honest, but we'll see. Don't have no choice.
And that's what I was gonna say right after Tony is like what Chris just said and what like Jay was saying. You got other people in practice saying stuff to you. What is showing to me is he got stuck with getting drafted to the Colts. He had no say in that. I feel like in his mind and in his heart, he does not want to be a Colt. And he doesn't want to play for the Colts. He doesn't want to wear the horseshoe. He does not want to play in Indiana. Like I feel like if he does, like when this contract's up, or if they let him go, or he signs somewhere else, I feel like we could see a different type of Anthony Richardson on a different team. Because like what Tony said, look at what happened with Sam Darnold. Look at what happened with Geno Smith. You get traded to a different team, a different system where you feel comfortable and feel happy to be at. Your gaming style changes. So what I'm hearing from Chris and what I'm putting in my mind is, yes, he has, they're saying all this bad stuff about him, but realistically, he can be good. It's just telling me that he doesn't want to be in Indiana.
Well, for sure, if Daniel Jones does win the starting quarterback job in Indy, he's got everything he needs, right? You got you got some pretty good offensive line. You got a good running back. You got some pretty good wideouts. I mean, if you can't make it work in Indianapolis, I really got to tell you, I don't think you can make it work, period. I think this is a good opportunity for him. And if he can't seize this opportunity and make it work to his advantage, then, I mean, I think we can pretty much close the chapter on Daniel Jones.
And I think Jones came to the Colts because he thinks he thought he had a better shot of being a starter with the Colts than what he did in Minnesota, because they said Minnesota offered him basically the same. It was basically the same deal as the Colts, is what Minnesota was going to give him as well. And he ended up choosing Indianapolis basically because it was communicated to him from Indianapolis that he was going to have a legitimate shot to be the starter.
Yeah, that's, and I say again, you're going to start the season with Anthony Richardson, but you're going to end the season somehow, some way with Daniel Jones. Like, and it sucks for you guys, honestly. Like, you guys deserve better. I liked it. Bro, your team and my team, it's history. Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, like, it's history, So it's like, I want to see you guys succeed, because I want both of us to succeed so we can start that new, rivalry. And we've seen it. I'm not going to lie. To me, last year, Colts, Patriots, Anthony Richardson versus Drake May, that was in a fantastic game. It was neck and neck all the way to the very end. Yep. It was an absolute phenomenal game that came down to a very, very long field goal, which I knew it wasn't going to freaking happen. But that's what that's what a football game is about. So that I want to see the Colts and Patriots again. But you guys, Anthony Richardson quitting on you guys, bro. That just and then you guys got no choice but to go and sign Daniel Jones. Listen, I would have rather traded for freaking Kirk Cousins at this time. Like, the hell with Daniel Jones. Go trade for Kirk Cousins, or go talk to Russell Wilson. Bring out news reports that the Colts are meeting with Russell Wilson or something. Give you guys some hypeness or something. Daniel Jones. No wonder Tony wanted to come in here with the disclaimer ready for him. I got you, Tony. I hate Daniel Jones. I'm sorry. I hate Daniel Jones. And I've said it since day one. What type of quarterback succeeds in this league that's from Duke? If you can name me one quarterback from Duke that succeeded in this league, I will shut up about Daniel Jones. I've never heard of a quarterback from Duke come in and just succeed in the NFL.
Hey, I did get some good news today, though. Snoop Dogg is going to perform at Cincinnati Reds at a post game concert after one of the Reds games in August. So
I've seen that.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go to that game so I can see Snoop Dogg.
Hey,
no. You're going to that game hoping you can score some weed outside the stadium.
Hell yeah,
I'm going to be there.
I'll meet him in the back, like with those fans. Oh yeah.
Hey, it's legal in Ohio. You can just go to the dispensary and get some. You don't have to find.
Well, that's true. See, I'm sorry, I'm not in a league friendly state, so I don't know these kinds of things. I'm over here in purgatory.
I'm not in a legal state either. So.
Hey, can we talk Dallas a little bit, Jay? What do you think? They're definitely going to draft a running back now.
Well, here's the thing. And Joe, man, I love you, bro. And look, man, you're a Cowboy guy, and I appreciate you, Joe. And I would never want to disrespect one of my own fan base. But Joe, first you want Sanders, now you want Stephon broke ass cancer causing Diggs. Joe, come on, man. Listen, at some point, I'm gonna start calling you Jerry Jones. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop.
Hey, his brother might be able to keep him in line.
Man, are you kidding me? Trayvon Diggs is almost as bad as him.
Get them two together.
Perfect pair. You get them two and Micah Parsons together. That'd be fun.
Hey, let me break this down medically for you, please. Let me break this down medically. If you bring on Stephon Diggs and you pair him with this boy Trey Diggs, that's like having lung cancer and stomach cancer all at the same time. I mean, come on, just bring it all in. Let it spread. Let it permeate throughout. No, Joe, we don't need that, Joe. Please don't ever say that. I love you, Joe. Joe, my paisan, I love you, man. Don't say that again, please. But anyway.
He said lung cancer and stomach cancer. That's crazy. That's crazy. You got no survival chance of living.
But no, seriously. No, seriously. Look, I'm lukewarm with what Jerry's done. I feel like he cleared up. I feel like Dak gave him a gift. I feel like CD gave him a gift for restructuring their contracts. And I feel like Jerry Jones has not been a good fiduciary of the money for which he has been given. right? I mean, the offensive lineman is modest at best, not really much better than what we currently have. So that's a waste of money right there. You look at the running back we got in Williams. He had a good rookie campaign. I'll give him that. But after that, and he got that injury, he barely puts up four yards if he's lucky.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a strikeout. And then I don't even know. I mean, guys, I am not excited one damn bit. And we still got to get Parsons under contract. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be excited. I'll be excited for the running back part. Like,
no,
I'm telling you,
not at all. No, but
why?
That's
an upgrade.
Just give me Dowdle back for crying out loud. If this is the way we're going, give me Dowdle back. Let Williams go back to Denver. I'm good.
Williams is an upgrade from Ezekiel Elliott, though.
Dude, everybody, hell, Gonzo's an upgrade from Ezekiel Elliott. What the hell are we talking about?
Hey,
I take offense to that. No.
Hey, Williams, I watched him play quite a bit, Jay. If healthy, the other thing he does add, he's a pretty good pass catcher too.
I get that, Tony, but watch this.
I don't think he's number one. I think he's your backup.
Here's my problem, Tony. Here's my problem. I got 10 picks in the draft. I got 10. I'm pretty damn sure. And Gonzo, I think maybe you pointed it out, or maybe Tony, it might have even been you, or one of you guys on the show yesterday pointed it out, that there are good running backs. The guy from Ohio State, Judson, Junkins,
yeah, you could got him in the second round probably.
You hear what I'm saying? And I'd probably be more on board with him than I am with Williams, who's barely putting up 4 yards right now. I mean, that's not doing me anything. So I don't like it. I feel like Jerry Jones had opportunities for offensive linemen galore. There are offensive linemen out there that are available in the free agent market, and he really has not dove into that enough for me. Or even defensive tackles, we have not dove in. Or even defensive ends. Hendrickson from the Bengals is out there. We can go make a ploy on him. I mean, there's things that we can do to improve this team much more than bringing in Williams or that lackluster offensive lineman. I cannot remember.
You don't have the money, though.
I agree with on the offensive lineman, maybe making some deals. You wouldn't have the money for him. Yeah, but you wouldn't have money for Hendrickson. Hendrickson's going to demand a lot of money.
I said that as an example. I don't think we have money for him either. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is we got really significant needs that really need significant upgrades. Don't bring me in your modest beeline, halfway, whatever. No, I don't need that. I've got plenty of that. What I need is somebody who can make a difference on this team. And we have yet to sign anybody in free agency that could truly make a difference on this Dallas Cowboys team. Barry.
I really hope Williams rush for like 900 yards and just shuts you up. I really do.
You know what? If he did that, I would come on here and eat the biggest piece of humble pie ever. But I don't see that happening.
I think he's going to be the number two. I don't think he's going to be the number one.
They don't have a number one right now, Tony.
Yeah, but I think they're going to draft a number one.
So what you think, Jay? Dallas going to be the third or fourth best team in their division?
I think we'll be third.
He said third or fourth. He doesn't even say like
right now.
He doesn't even
right
give
now,
you the chance.
I feel like no. Seriously, if we're really being honest, I think Philly still has a good team. I do think that Philly has opened up some needs on defense, and I think that's going to be an issue for them. And I'm sure they got a master plan, so I'll leave that alone. I think Washington is doing great things out there. I don't think we are on their level right now. I just don't. I think we need a bona fide wide receiver to complement CeeDee. I think we need a bona fide running back if you're not going to bring back Dowdle, whether it be through the draft or what have you. And I think we need bona fide offensive linemen. And I have not seen enough improvement in any of those three areas to say that we're going to be better than third place.
Yeah, call me crazy,
because I don't know if you guys are going to be better than the Giants.
That's what I'm saying. Call me crazy, but I see Cowboys fourth.
Whoa. Now, you know what? Now that right there was a low blow.
No,
that's not what it was. The Giants
got some pieces. That's a low blow.
Must not have been seeing what the Giants been picking up lately.
You literally said that we are going to be worse than the Giants. Gonzo, come on, man.
Have you seen what the Giants been signing?
Hold on. Gonzo, tell me why. I want to know why. Why do you say that?
Exactly what Frankie's saying. Have you seen who they're picking up?
Say it.
Because, like Frankie said, have you seen who they're signing? And they have some pieces. They have a good coach. If they get that offensive line doing all right, if they figure out the quarterback position, which I think is either going to be Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers for this season, they they could be. I think they could be better than what people think. And Dallas has a new coach that you're not thrilled about Schottenheimer. Nobody knows why he's going to be. I think the Giants have a better coach right now.
Man, bro, I think it would. I don't think Aaron Rodgers. I'll give you Russell Wilson. If Russell Wilson goes to the Giants, okay, we can have a conversation about that, and I can get on board with what you're saying. If Rodgers goes there, not so much.
I think they'd be better with Rodgers than Wilson.
Rodgers didn't do a damn thing with Devontae, Coleman, Wilson, or anybody else on that Jets organization. Breece Hall, he had a good running back. No, I don't see. If Rodgers goes to New York, I see another New York Jets situation. If Russell goes there, I think you get an option.
I think Rodgers goes to Pittsburgh, guys.
That's where I think Rodgers goes to Pittsburgh. But I think the Giants would be better with Rodgers than they would with Russell Wilson.
I don't know. That'd be close, I think. Let me ask you guys this. Washington and Philadelphia, with all the things that's happened, just going by right now. Of course, I mean, you got the draft, you got other moves could be made. But what Philadelphia has lost so far, the fact that they've lost their defensive and offensive coordinator, the moves that Washington has made. Can Washington move in front of Philly?
Yes.
Yeah. I think, in all honesty, so when you look at Philly, they don't have Bradbury, they don't have Slay, they don't have Garner Johnson, and they don't have Josh Sweat. That's a lot of defense.
They've lost 6 defensive starters.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot to get. 6 out of 11. That means you only got 5 right now off of last year's team. Yep. Who are they going to pick up in these 6 that's going to make them?
They've made some moves already. I can't remember a couple guys, but
watch this. Tony, right there is a key point. If you can't remember, they weren't significant to matter.
That's not always true because I don't always know every good defensive back like in Miami or somewhere like that. So I see what you're saying, but I mean they could have picked up somebody that's still adequate and may not know. They just made a trade
this morning with Houston.
What's that?
The Eagles. They just made a trade this morning with Houston.
Yeah, but that was for offensive linemen. Matter of fact, that was getting rid of Garner Johnson, not addressing defense. They addressed their offensive line, but they didn't address the defense with that trade. Matter of fact, they weakened their defense with that trade. If you compare it to last year's team, you know what I'm saying? Anything they add on are possibilities. It's not proven.
Listen, I don't care about all these teams.
Unless you're bringing in some big name talented players, man.
I don't care about Philly. I don't care about the NFC least. All right, I don't care.
Whoa. You hush your mouth. You're talking about
you guys ain't making moves.
That's Russell Wilson's numbers for last year. Okay. That's Aaron Rodgers' numbers for last year, but Russell Wilson was just so much better than what Aaron Rodgers was.
No, give the numbers. Hey, Gonzo, tell the numbers because I didn't know. Go ahead and tell them.
Russell Wilson last season threw for 2,482 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers last year threw for 3,897 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions.
It's 11 though, Gonzo. 11.
But he also threw almost double the touchdowns that Russell Wilson.
I get that. I get what you're saying.
Russell Wilson didn't start till like week 6.
But hold on a minute now. You got Devontae Adams. You have 2 good Wilson and Coleman. You got 3 pretty good wide receivers.
I would say 2.
Pittsburgh really Pickens.
And he had his tight end Coughlin. He had a good year too. He made Coughlin.
I'm just saying Wilson. It's not like Wilson and Fields had the best of offensive weapons over there. Let's be honest. That's why they had to bring in DK Metcalf to try to resurrect that offense a little bit. So I mean, that takes. But I understand what you're saying. I'm not saying Rodgers is done. I'm just saying that the Giants isn't a good situation for him. I think. Not that I really think.
I'm not saying the Giants is a good situation for him. I'm just saying that it's just funny to me. Everybody acts like Rodgers has just had a terrible season last year, and if you look at his numbers, it wasn't as terrible as you would think it was.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to look at the touchdowns and the yardage, yes. But I got to tell you, man, I'll put a lot of weight into turnovers because I come from a turnover system. I mean, literally. Seriously, I'll put a lot of weight in the turnovers. I'm real big in the turnover. Look, to me, a turnover is worse than the greatest hype you can give to a touchdown. It just is.
It's because his wife's always turning him over.
There's too many opportunities.
Jay likes getting turned over by Mel. That's why. Got him. Listen, this is coming straight out of hate. This is coming straight out of hate.
What are you doing, man? Keep your life in order.
I gotta take the advantage when Logan's not here. But listen, this is coming straight out of hate. I don't care what Aaron Rodgers' numbers look like. All right, don't matter where he go, he's gonna be trash. He's gonna be trash. I'm sick of people being like, "Oh, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer," you know, blah blah blah. All these MVPs that he won. You know what it's reminding me of? It's reminding me of a Lamar Jackson. We're going to see Lamar Jackson in a Super Bowl one day. We're probably going to see Lamar Jackson win one Super Bowl one day, but he's going to be known for all the MVPs that he won. Reminds you of anybody? Yeah, Aaron freaking Karen Rodgers.
Hey, let me ask you this. I want to go to a different team for a minute. The 49ers are purging right and left, man. I mean, you know, Debo obviously is gone. They let go of the running back, Jerzik, or how you say that guy's name. He's gone. Now they release defensive end. I mean, they're really purging some players over there in San Fran. I mean, I got to imagine, where do you think San Fran finishes in that division?
Can you say Juszczyk name again? How did you say his name?
I know I can't say his name because I can't pronounce those. I know all I know is it starts with a J and ends with a K. I think.
I'm like, in my head, I'm like, wait,
Jurassic, whatever. I mean, I'm just saying, you know,
Jurassic Park.
I'm watching the NFL Network free agency frenzy, and I'm like, wait, what? I turned my head like, what did he just call him? His name is Kyle Juszczyk.
That man got a name like a hockey player. I could never be a hockey player. Those names are there's too many consonants next to each other. I need some vowels. Okay?
I'm sorry, Chris, Tony. It must be a made-up name.
You know what I'm talking about.
I think San Fran
one fullback. Okay.
Listen, I think San Fran is going to go downhill, right? And I laughed at my father-in-law because I told you guys, my father-in-law is a 49ers fan. I watched some games with him during his parlays and stuff like that. And I'm laughing at this guy because it's like, you guys are you're in the bottom of the barrel now. You know, you trade away Debo, you're losing everybody on defense. Literally, Dre Greenlaw, you know, you lost Juszczyk, a wide receiver. You know, you're literally losing everybody. And you want to know why? It's because they were too quick on giving so much money to Brock Purdy. That's exactly why. They were so quick on giving Brock Purdy so much money that they couldn't do anything with the talent around them. And now everybody's leaving because they're getting all these money. Some of them are probably getting cheap money, but I feel like some of them are gonna show out when they go to these new teams, and they're gonna get long-term contracts. This is gonna be. I don't understand how you can go from being a Super Bowl team to a team that was in the playoffs every year. As a matter of fact, you went to 2 Super Bowls in 4 years or 5 years. You went to 2 Super Bowls. You lost them both to the Chiefs somehow, some way. I don't understand. I don't know how you could get the job done because you had 2 different quarterbacks, 2 different systems, and yet now you're in the dog barrel. You got to rebuild now. You lost everyone. It makes no sense. How?
I think they was in a tough situation because some people would have said might have been better off to just go in the draft and try to get a quarterback. But I don't think there's a young quarterback to come in there that you could get that you would be happy with. That it's going to be a star. So I think they felt like they had to sign Purdy. Good deal, bad deal. I don't know. I like Purdy, but I don't know. You signed him for that money, but now you've had to gut the team. So what's the difference if you got Purdy if you ain't got no other players? So
my view on Brock Purdy,
they haven't signed Brock Purdy.
Oh, they didn't get him signed? I thought they did.
They haven't signed him yet.
No, I think they're still working on the deal.
Yeah, they're working on signing him for an extension, but they haven't signed him yet.
I thought they had signed him.
Yeah, I thought he got signed.
I think Brock Purdy is better than the Mr. Irrelevant status that he was given.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know that he's that much better than – I think he's an average quarterback. I don't think he's great. I think he's good. I think he's good enough to be at the starter position. But I don't think this guy is great. I don't know. He's better than him. He's definitely better. He's better than where he was drafted. I'll definitely give him that much.
I think he's a top 15 quarterback.
I'll give him that. Yeah, top 15 for sure. I could buy that.
It says that they think a deal's going to get done, that they're going to get the extension done, but it's not done yet.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was done.
Which is why they're losing everybody because they're holding on.
Yeah, the way Rappaport was talking, he figured he's probably going to get about 50 to somewhere between 50 to 60 a year.
God, if he gets 60 million, that's crazy. But
He probably won't get 60, but he'll probably get 50 to 55.
And that's why they're losing people, everybody, left and right, because they're stuck on holding on that money and holding on that contract talk with Brock Purdy, not signing him yet, or Brock Purdy not signing yet, and they're losing people on defense and offense.
Chris, Tony, not to backtrack, but I did see on Fox Sports that they were saying that the Vikings are a dark horse for Aaron Rodgers. And I got to tell you, man, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I would do everything and anything I could to get into that Minnesota uniform. Everything I would do.
I think he'd have to be guaranteed to be the starter, and I don't think they're going. I think they're going the other way. I don't think he's going to go there to be the backup, and I think they're planning on starting the other quarterback.
And I think Minnesota would know that. I don't even think Minnesota would entertain it because they know damn good well that Aaron Rodgers ain't going to be no backup. So I think that's why they have him listed as a quote unquote dark horse. We'll see what happens.
All I know is Joe lived in Italy too long, bro. I don't know how many times Jay's got to tell you. Being excited about getting Cavante Turpin, for your highest paid special teams player, that's like Jay's, me trying to hype you up on you guys re-signing your long snapper. I mean, congratulating him. I mean, I don't know, man. Jay, he's the perfect example of why everyone else that's not a Cowboys fan in the world keeps trolling you guys.
Hey.
I'm just saying.
Be nice to Joe.
I like Joe. No, I like Joe, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? Like, you're being a person that's like, Jerry, you're good at signing it, but we have other needs. But then you got Joe that's like, yo, Jay, you heard, man? We got Cavante Turpin, highest paid special teams player. Super Bowl next year.
Look, I will tell you this. Now, I know that the NFL, we talked about this before. Hey, Joe, you have to forgive him. He's still on a losing team. They don't know how to spend their money correctly. So don't worry about Frankie.
We're spending better than you guys.
Yeah, you're spending it all right. Hell, a blind man can spend money. Don't mean you're spending it correctly. But that's a fight for another day that me and Frankie will battle out on.
Well, hold on there, Jay. What do you think?
Yeah, where do you think they've spent money wrong?
Yeah, what do you think New England? How would you rate New England so far? Grade A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever the hell. What would you grade them
right now?
Yeah, so far, just in free agency, what's happened?
What they've done in free agency so far?
Yeah,
a solid D. I told you yesterday the guys that they brought in were mediocre at best. Hell, even I think it was SI.com gave him an F. I don't think that New England has done enough. What has New England really done? What have they done truly in the trenches that's going to make them any better? What have they done in the defensive trenches that's made them any better? They have no true wide receiver one. They have no running back. They have a lot to work on, and they've got a lot of money, but they haven't done crap. Bump this with it.
Hey, yo, Jay.
Frankie, but you guys are a bunch of jabronis over there in New England.
You sound so mad.
I hope you enjoyed the Tom Brady era. I hope you saved the Tom Brady era like I saved my first time when I lost my virginity to that wonderful, beautiful girl. I hope you savor it. I hope you savor every ounce that Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. gave you. I hope you savor all of it because you are about to go into 30 years of hell, baby. 30 years of hell. And I hope you remember, because I know I do, 3 decades in the Cowboys, I know what it feels like, and you're about to feel that ass pain too.
Everything that just came out your mouth is like you saying, hey, yo, Frankie, I'm loving it, and I'm holding your giant solid D.
I'm just saying, guys, look, and I told Frankie, I said, you got a lot of money, you really do, but you got to spend it good, and you have not spent it well.
We ain't done spending, baby. We ain't done spending.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you a question. You guys have spent some money. You had 130 some odd million of cap available when it all started. Do you know where your cap level is now? Like where you guys are sitting at?
Oh yeah. You know I don't care, right?
No, you should care because that will tell you how much more you can actually do or work with.
You do know and realize that you can release players and cut players to save cap, right?
Of course, Frankie.
No, you don't know. You don't know because Jerry Jones ain't doing that. He don't know what he's doing. So you don't know. There's a reason
look,
you
what
don't
Jerry
know.
does, I can't help. Okay? What Jerry does, I can't help, Frankie. But it doesn't mean what Jerry
Joe.
does has anything to do with what I know.
Joe, hold on, Jay. Joe, you should watch yourself because the last time you won a Super Bowl, your quarterback was by the name of Troy Aikman. So if you want to go that route, you should go watch some or see if you could find some VCH, right? And put those in if you have a VCR. Okay? Because that's the
I
only
think what
time
you meant was
have those.
VHS, but we'll let you have it.
Jeez.
You're a very young guy.
Troy
You don't know all the
Aikman.
letters and all the
Troy
actors like me, Gonzo, and Tony know.
You seen Troy Aikman in the booth more than you've seen the Cowboys in the NFC Championship game.
What do you say, VHC, Tony? You go with the VHC players?
Frankie, what grade would you give the New England Patriots so far?
I'll give him a C. Honestly, I'll give him a C. They addressed the needs in the defensive part, and Mike Vrabel said that he was gonna go aggressive on the defensive part. He's a defensive guy. I expected it. He got an offensive line. Jesus Christ, he's got an offensive lineman that we needed, and I think he should still address the offensive lineman more. You got you got one wide receiver from Buffalo that is not solid, but he could be a good number 2. You still got the number 4 draft pick, and we're still not done spending. So it ain't over until it's over. So I give them right now a C. I know why Jay gave him a D because he's thinking of D's in his head right now.
No, I really just don't. I just don't think you guys have truly really done anything with the money you've spent. I think you're still
because you're reading from a fake analyst on
I'd give him,
network.
I'd give him a B to a B plus.
Really, I kind of agree with Frankie with the C, and I do think they could have overpaid for that one player a little bit, but that happens. I mean, it's not unusual for teams to overpay for players sometimes. But we'll see. I mean, we'll find out. What team do you think's won the draft so far? A lot of people say the Bears. But people said that last year too. And look how that went.
What was your question? I'm sorry. What were you saying, Tony?
Who do you think? What team do you think won the free agency so far?
Ooh,
a lot of people say the Bears, but again, a lot of people thought the Bears won it last year, and that didn't go so well. So.
I do like what they're saying about the Bears because I think what Ben Johnson has addressed on that O-line, which I think was their biggest need. I think he addressed it well. I mean, when you get a guy like Tooney to come in there and help you guys out, I mean, that's a big time signing. Jackson was a good signing. I mean, I think they did a really good job managing their cap and bringing in help to really shore up one of the weaker parts of that team. And I think that's really what it comes down to is did you really improve your team from where it was to where it's at and do it in an economically safe way and not overspend? And I think they did good with that.
I like what the Chargers have done so far.
What the hell have they done?
I like the running back pickup. I think he's a better fit with the Chargers and with the coach that they have than with Pittsburgh. I think they will use him more as a power back. I think he's going. I think he's going to do better with the Chargers than he did with Pittsburgh. So I like that pickup.
Yeah, I forgot the Chargers signed Najee Harris.
Hey,
yeah, and they did resign the other guy, their defensive player. They brought him back.
I honestly, to me, I think the Bears are honestly good, and I understand what they said last year that they won and stuff like that. But let's not forget that who their coach was last year, and Matt Nagy compared to who their coach is going to be next year and Ben Johnson. So we're going to see a totally different Chicago Bears team. But in my view, honestly, there's a lot of teams that are winning. And I feel like right now, the one team that probably is winning is got to be between the Chargers and the Rams, the two LA teams, right? I mean, you got the Chargers, like Tony said, you got your running back, you bring your new defensive guy back. You're signing some wide receivers for Justin Herbert, so they're doing something slowly, while also getting rid of some players to make up on the cap. But then you got the Rams, who's going to let go of Cooper Kupp, and it's already been a done deal. Like they're waiting for it. Like if nobody trades for Cooper Kupp when the new season starts, which is tomorrow, I believe it's tomorrow at 4 p.m. So if nobody trades for Cooper Kupp by tomorrow at 4 p.m., he's a free agent. He's going to get cut. So he's gone. And you bring in Devontae Adams for Matthew Stafford. I feel like those two teams in LA are going to be great next season.
And the moves the Commanders made too.
Yeah.
I was going to say I think the two teams right now for me are the Commanders. And then I'd put New England right up there with as well. And then and I agree that the Rams. I do like the Devontae Adams pickup for the Rams. I think that's that's been severely kind of underrated. I think that's the bigger move than what people's giving it credit for. But I do like what I was going to call them the Redskins, but Commanders have done, getting Tunzel with the offensive line, added Kinlaw on defense.
Yeah,
I think they've made some good moves, and I'm not a Patriot fan at all, but I do like the moves New England's made. They got him offensive lineman in that Moses. They've done some stuff on defense, so I like what both those teams have done so far. And I do like the moves that the Colts have made. The moves the Colts have made for the cornerback and the safety that they got, because them were big needs that we needed. So I've liked what they've done there.
Let's just all say it together. We like what every team in the NFL has been doing except for the Dallas Cowboys, because they have done nothing.
Hey, look, I
don't think the Dolphins have done anything either, have they?
No, not really. Dolphins haven't really done much. Let me
they did. They brought in Zach Wilson.
Oh, yeah, they brought in future MVP Wilson. I forgot about that.
Let me hold on, Jay. Before you go, keep it in your mind.
No, I can't, because if you're gonna tell me that the Dolphins picked up Wilson, I'm gonna slap you in the proverbial face.
No. It's about Caitlin. I told her, because Caitlin's a Dolphins fan, and I told her yesterday. I broke the news to her about how Zach Wilson and it got signed and stuff. And you know what she goes on? She says to me, she says, "Why?" And I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "We have our quarterback. We have our future. We have our guy." And I go, "Can your guy not get a concussion and stay on the field and play some football?" That's the reason why they brought in Zach Wilson.
Hey, let me ask you that. Okay, look. So Josh Allen obviously signed a huge contract to retain with the Bills. They still got to give him some offensive help. Obviously, he still needs defensive help as well. But you got Cooper Kupp obviously getting ready to be available. You got Amari Cooper. That is obviously still available because he's a free agent. Do you think that they would bring back Amari Cooper to help that team, or do you think they would go after a Cooper Kupp, or do you think they don't do either one?
I think defense needs to come first.
Right.
I think they got to go more. They got to go defense first. That's got to be the top priority. I'm not saying they don't need another wide receiver, but I think the defense is more important, because they've proven they can score 30 points and still lose a game.
I agree. Gonzo?
What team were you talking about?
Okay, Chris Biden.
I was talking about these nuts.
No, you were talking about. I thought it was the Bills. I just wanted to make sure I was on the right team. I ain't gonna lie, I was in space there for a minute.
I know, man. I love you guys, because you can be totally looking at somebody like you're engaged, but yet still be spaced out. I love you.
Checking those stats, huh? Checking those stats.
Yeah, checking those stats.
No. Hey. So the question was, I'll just give it to you one more time. So I want you to be fully prepared when you give your answer. Should they bring back Amari Cooper, or should they let him go and go after Cooper Kupp, or should they do neither?
Oh, them two. I think I would go after Cooper Kupp other than Amari Cooper. But I kind of see them concentrating on the defensive side. They need a pass rusher.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And that's what Tony said. So I totally, that's why I put that neither in there, because I'm kind of in that category of defense as well. So yeah, totally makes sense. Frankie?
I could see them going defense, but I could also see them going with another receiver besides Amari or Cooper Kupp, right? I mean, yes, Amari is that dude, and he could still, bring asset, but he's running up there on age. And then Cooper Kupp, he's injury prone. So I don't think Buffalo wants to deal with either or. I mean, they already rode with the Amari Cooper train. And clearly, if he's not already back there, they're not going to bring him back. And I don't think they're going to go with Cooper Kupp because of his injury level of, the past couple of years. So I feel like they'll go with a wide receiver, but not those two.
Did they sign a wide receiver yesterday? Or am I thinking of a different team?
I know we signed a wide receiver from Buffalo.
Yeah, you guys got Hollins.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we signed
Hollins has showed flashes at times.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that because Joey Bosa is still available as an edge, and they obviously let go of Von Miller, the Buffalo Bills let go of Von Miller. So do you think that they would take a chance on a Joey Bosa because they got rid of Von because of injuries and old age? Bosa obviously has old age, but still, or not old age, but he has injuries. Do you think that the Buffalo Bills would take a chance on Joey Bosa?
Says has old age like it's a disease. He has old age.
For athletes it is. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I think
it was just funny what you said. It was like, oh, he has old age. Like,
I think it's a possibility they may look at him. I still think he's going to be a 49er.
You think Joey's going to go to 49ers?
Yep.
What are you thinking, Gonzo? Oh man, there was two teams that was talking to him. I can't remember the other team that Rappaport said beside the 49ers that had offered Bosa a deal, and he thought that both teams was going to be around 10 million a year. I can't remember who the other team was, but the 49ers is the team where everybody thinks he's going to end up at because of his brother. Right. But I mean, for the Bills, if you could get him especially if you could get Bosa for $10 million, I'd take that chance on him for $10 million.
The guy to get would be the guy from the Bengals, but I just don't know if Buffalo has that money.
He's coming to the Colts.
I hope.
Hey, look, guys, and Jerry Jones, I hope you hear me when I talk to you. There are 3 offensive linemen still left in the top 15 free agents.
Do we get Hendrickson? I'll love our free agencies.
Oh yeah,
because we got corner and a safety we needed, a pass rusher we needed.
Yep.
We just maybe not.
Yeah, I think
we still might not have the quarterback we need, but at least we took care of some of our big holes on defense, especially if we can get Hendrickson. That'd be awesome.
You know what we're waiting on? We're waiting on Manning.
That's going to be at least 2 more years.
Yeah, I think Archie's going to do at least 2 years, and I think he'll go out after his senior year. I don't think he plays more than 2, but I think he'll do 2 years at least.
We're waiting on Manning, then we're going to trade for Harrison.
We'll bring back the Manning to Harrison connection and go whoop up on the
Could you imagine that? Could you imagine Archie Manning to Marvin Harrison Jr.? Oh my God!
Oh, it's a dream, but I don't think it's going to happen. But it's a dream.
God, that really would. That would be some deja vu stuff over there.
Better chance that happened in Arizona than happening with Indy.
Yeah.
Especially considering Peyton Manning don't even fucking hardly claim Indy anymore.
He's Denver.
He's always with Denver.
Hey, call me crazy. I don't think Joey Bosa goes to the San Fran. I don't. I think he does.
Oh, I know the other team. The other team was the Dolphins. The other team was the Dolphins that was talking to Bosa. Sorry, Frank. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Ew. Fucking Dolphins. Ew.
Wow.
Fish heads.
Okay.
Listen, I understand that he wants to go to San Francisco to play with his brother and stuff, but real talk, how upset is Nick Bosa right now because San Fran is losing every single piece on defense? Now he knows that he's going to have to be the backbone of this defense. It's going to have to come down on him. He's not going to want to put that stress on his brother. And I'm sure his brother's looking at the same thing. Like, I'm not going to go on that team and it's me and my brother having to do all the work on the defensive part. Like, as much as I want to play with my brother, I don't want to do that. I already get hurt as much as I can, or as hard as I try to not to get hurt as easy as I can before, and I'm not trying to do that anymore. So it's like he's seeing everybody that's leaving the San Francisco 49ers. He's not going to put that pressure on himself. I see him going to Philadelphia.
Huh. Okay.
I see him going to the Eagles. They're losing pieces on the defensive part, but they also have, other pieces in that defense where he could work with. Like, it's not like they're losing every single body like San Fran is. Like, literally, San Fran is losing every single piece of position on defense. The Eagles, they only lost like what? A lineman, a linebacker, 3 safeties. Like, you could still work with some part in that defense.
Yeah. I wonder how much DK Metcalf is begging for Rodgers or Russell Wilson, one of the two of them, to take over that spot so that he can still get his yardage and still get his numbers.
I don't think it's going to be Russell Wilson because they've had their opportunity this whole time. If they really wanted to keep Wilson, they could have already signed him. They were trying to sign Justin Fields instead of Wilson. So how long is Wilson just going to sit there and be like their third or fourth option? You know what I mean?
What do they do if they don't get Rodgers? Where do they go?
A lot of people say they might call up New England and try to get Milton.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I've been hearing since yesterday because we signed Josh Dobbs to a 2-year contract that it's potential that we're going to put Joe Milton on the trade block.
Huh.
Hey, I wouldn't be mad about it. Get a good get a draft pick or whatever for Joe Milton. Joe Milton showed out that last game of the season.
Oh yeah, there'll be people that will want him because of the way he played in that preseason game.
Yeah, and the week 18 game against the Buffalo Bills. He was a phenomenal in that game. But then again, he played up against, second, third, fourth stringers because Buffalo Bills was resting everybody, getting ready for the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I have heard that Pittsburgh might be interested in trying to get him, even if they do go with Rodgers or Wilson, that they still might try to get that Milton and bring in as a backup and to learn behind one of them for a year.
Well, a little bit. If they bring in Milton and if they do are able to acquire Rodgers, I mean, you're not going to get a lot of longevity out of Rodgers. You may get a season or two, and that's really about it. I don't think he's got much left after that. So I think if you bring in Milton, you are grooming your quarterback of the future.
Yeah.
Or maybe they bring in Milton anyway, and they go on and they take a hyper chance on a guy like a Ewers or Will Howard or whatever in their third or fourth rounds or whatever, and see if they can develop him into something. That could be happening. Who knows? But if you're gonna bring in a guy like Rodgers, that puts you in win now mode, and you ain't got but 1 or 2 seasons left. Because I mean, how much more can Rodgers really endure at 41 years old? At a high level or at a good level.
He think he's Tom Brady, but he's not.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Tom Brady didn't go on solo naked retreats. All right, he actually had a trainer help him and do the right things and learn the right way to train and treat your body.
Look, you don't know what Tom Brady does.
He's an Ewok from Star Wars.
Just because Aaron Rodgers puts his life on public display, talking about darkroom, you don't know what Tom Brady does. That man probably does all kinds of crazy stuff.
I know what Tom Brady's done. Have you not seen Tom Brady documentaries?
No, you might have more documentary knowledge on Tom Brady than I do.
I do. Like, literally, Tom Brady hired his own trainer, the Guerrero guy, right? That's his guy. Literally, that's his dude. He does his muscle massages. He does his workouts for the, and does his treatment and training and everything like that. He was literally by Tom Brady's side in the locker room, on the sideline, every game, all day, every day.
No, he flew on the team plane.
Yeah, he even flew. Yes. It got so bad that Bill Belichick literally forced this guy. Like, he told the Guerrero guy, listen, we can't have you in here. There's a reason why we have a team specialist. We have team doctors. We have this. We have trainers. We have all this. You could be Tom Brady's guy in the off season or, when he's not here and we're not, working or doing anything, but we can't have you in here. That's when it started to. That's when the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, that's when their shit deflected. It's on a documentary. It's crazy.
Yeah, because a lot of the players were going. A lot of the other New England players started working with Guerrero and went and work with the New England training staff, and Belichick got mad about it and booted Guerrero out.
But even Chris knows this, Jay. Oh my God, get on the train.
Hey, I watch almost every sports documentary. If I don't care what team it's about. If I think it's going to be interesting, I'll watch it.
Clearly for Jay, if it's not Houston related sports or documentaries, he don't care.
Yeah, fuck
I bet you this
that's some of my favorite stuff to watch are them documentaries and stuff.
I do watch documentaries. I watch documentaries.
And not just sports ones. I watch a bunch of them, but yeah, I watch a lot of sports ones as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I watch documentaries. I still believe Shedeur Sanders going to the Raiders because Deion Sanders said he wants him to go. You know what? I mean, hey, who's to say? You never know. I mean, he could go to the Raiders.
I'm going to teach you some American football, Joe. It's not what the daddy wants. It's what the team
wants. No, Frankie. Now you done left off the reservation. It's exactly what daddy wants.
You really – hold on.
Daddy, okay. No, because daddy came out and said specifically there are 2 teams that my son will not play for. So don't tell me that daddy ain't got some talking.
But in fairness, that's what he said. He's not done anything. So
I understand that, but you don't think Deion got some level of control over his boys? Come on,
no.
I really believe he does. Come on.
Yeah, but why would the Raiders get him now? Because I mean, they've got a quarterback.
I don't know if it's going to go to the Raiders or not. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
they just got Geno.
Deion, he's there for 2 guys those careers, though.
They just got Geno. Why are they going to get Shedeur? And I don't care.
Well, you could get Shedeur to back up Geno and maybe be the air replacement to Geno.
Yeah, but you don't do that with a 6th round pick, with a 6th pick in the draft, though. Okay.
Oh, I agree. I don't know if he's going to go to the Raiders or not. That's not really the point I was making, though, is look, Deion has a lot of influence on them boys. He really does. And I mean, he may not be the final decision maker with this guy, but you can't tell me he didn't have an influence on him.
I did read an article about that Hendrickson from Cincinnati that said the culture in play, the Packers, the Lions, and there was another team that I forget now that are in play for him. Lions, Eagles.
Yep.
Was another one.
The Eagles is interesting.
Well, you don't need to go to the Eagles or the Lions.
I agree.
You don't need Hutchinson and Hendrickson paired together, and you don't need Carter and Hendrickson paired
together. Could you imagine that?
In Philadelphia. He needs to be paired with DeForest Buckner in Indianapolis.
I agree with that.
That'd be a great combination.
100%.
Hey, real quick, how do y'all see Aiden Hutchinson coming off that injury this year? You think he's going to do well?
I think he will. He might get off to a little bit of a slow start, but I think he'll get, especially after maybe 3 or 4 weeks, you'll start seeing him get back in the form.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I'm feeling too about Aiden.
Because
I think
the reason I think that because there was a chance that he was going to play in the Super Bowl. If the Lions would have made the Super Bowl, there was a chance that he was going to play in the Super Bowl. So he must have been recovering pretty good if he was already feeling good enough that he might have been able to play in the Super Bowl. Now you have the whole off season. So yeah, I expect him to come back and have a good year.
Yeah, I would absolutely love to see Detroit make it to the Super Bowl. I'm not a Detroit fan, but that organization has been through so much, for a long period of time, and those fans have been so dedicated for so long that it almost makes you want to see Detroit get in there. Just it's almost like a feel-good story.
Oh, Puka Nacua is changing his jersey number from 17 to 12. That's the number he wore at BYU. And
really?
it is also making a move to give Devontae Adams the number 17 jersey, the number he's been wearing throughout his career.
I wonder how much he had to pay to get that number from Puka, though.
I would say probably didn't have maybe nothing. That Puka seems like a pretty laid back dude.
He said that
Yeah.
Puka. That Puka.
Puka.
He wants Puka. He wish Puka Nakua was a Colt. He's like that Puka, man.
Hey, I'd love to have Puka as a Colt. No, he's on McAfee's show a lot, and he's a laid back oos. I mean, that's what he is. He's cool. He's
Isn't he
cool.
from
as hell.
Hawaii?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're from Hawaii, you should be pretty laid back.
What does that even mean?
Have you ever been to Hawaii?
No,
I
but
have you
but
ever
what
been to
does that
Hawaii?
mean though? Like, explain it
What,
though. It's like
what does it mean? I just told you what it meant. The dude, look,
that just sounds messed up though. It's like
see, that's how I know you're talking out your ass right now, because you never even been outside the state of New York. You gonna tell me about some Hawaii? I've
What
been
the
to
hell?
Hawaii, mofo.
I've
he's
been to
asking-
Florida. I've been to
Jay,
the
he's
Bahamas.
asking
I've been to the
what you
Caribbean,
mean
sir.
by that. If he's from Hawaii, he's going to be laid back. That's what he's asking you.
Because that culture is very laid back. As a whole, that culture is laid back. The Hawaiian culture is laid
So
back.
there's no other culture in this world that's laid back like Hawaii.
I don't know.
I
only
think we
speak on
better
what I
not
can
go
only
there,
speak
guys.
on what I know.
Guys, we better get off this topic.
I'm just confused though. It's like
we,
He's Hawaiian?
we better
No
not
wonder
get
he
on this
is.
topic.
No, I mean, but I can only speak on what I know, and I've been to Hawaii, and that culture. No, seriously, the Hawaiian culture is a very laid back culture. I mean, it's a very nice atmosphere.
I think they say that about some Samoans too.
I was about to
Samoans.
say that's not true, Tony. That's not true. Okay, Samoans ain't chilled and then they're not laid back. Have you not seen the final boss? Have you not seen what Roman Reigns did last night?
Yeah,
That's
right.
not
I was gonna
chill.
say the final Oos showed up last night, kicked some ass. Let's change gears here, guys.
I love our segues. We had the best. If you don't know our segues are so good.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit of NBA,
Yes, please.
guys. Is the Lakers? They're in the third position now. Are they going to fall down to 7 or 8?
Frankie, weren't you guys in second not too long ago, and you were so hyped up on that? Now you're in third. Really? You're in third,
Yes,
Frankie?
and I'm still hyped about it. I ain't sleeping on my boys. What's up?
Oh,
What's
I'm
up?
sleeping on your boys,
Hey.
apparently, because I told you I felt like injuries were going to be an issue with your team.
Hey Jay, your Rockets is only a game back of the Lakers now.
Oh yeah, we'll get the Lakers. I ain't worried about them.
He said that. He said that with a lot of confidence.
He did.
I really do. Hey, look, I really do.
Hey
man.
Frankie,
I think we'll get 'em.
I feel bad for you because our
man.
my Pacers have been playing like shit the last
Oh, 4
last
games.
4
4
games as well. So
Oh,
I knew
shit.
that too.
And the
I just want to.
Warriors.
I didn't want to
I
crush
watched
your
Warriors
dreams on the
game last
Pacers,
night.
though. I didn't want to crush your dreams on the Pacers. I know how much you guys really. I still think the East is going to come down, and no matter how people play, I think it's going to come down to Cleveland and it's going to come to Boston. That's the showdown that I feel like is going to come out of the East.
It's hard to disagree with that. I mean, I'm hoping we can get there, but yeah.
that's a bold take there.
Yeah, put that out there.
That's a bold take.
Clip
Let's
it.
go, let's go 100% chalk.
Such a dick.
Who you got in the West? Who you got? This will be the best matchup in the West. OKC and
Well,
whoever's at number 2.
Nuggets are number 2 right now.
Come on. Now, hold on.
Okay.
Now. If it was a generalized number 2, you can hold me to that. But this is Boston, for crying out loud. Okay? This is the same one that put up
I know, I'm just-
between the two. No, but I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying? The West, I mean, I feel like the West is kind of wide open. I do feel like, I really do. Barring injury, I do feel like OKC will be in the finals. But I don't know about or the Western Conference Finals. I don't know who's going to match up against them because I feel like that portion from 2 on down is so wide open that anybody can snag that.
I would go with the Nuggets just because experience.
Yeah, I could say that. I could get on that.
But
By the way,
yeah,
I think wasn't Joker the
but-
first NBA player to ever get 30, 20, and 20 as a triple?
Yep. But if
Yeah,
the
I mean,
I have the Lakers up there too because
If they
LeBron's going to
if
get
they
healthy.
get healthy, they could be there. You can't
Not
the
just
Games
LeBron.
are
We're
a
also
little better.
missing we're also missing Rui Hachimura and Jackson Hayes. So it's like
Watch
wait
out
till
for
those guys come back.
Hey guys, watch out for the Warriors. I watched them last night, man. They look awfully good.
You know who they didn't name? They didn't name the Houston Rockets.
But the problem could be with the Lakers, depending on how they play the next 6, 7, 8 games without LeBron, they could move down to that 5th, 6th, 7th spot.
Hey.
That changes things for them, not being 2 or 3. I think.
I like what Mike is used to saying, guys. He says, I don't know how anyone can say Steven Gregarious Alexander is MVP.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Say his name?
Steven Gregarious Alexander.
No, it's not. That's not his name. Is Steven.
That's what I said.
No.
It's no. You did not say. You said Steven. That's not his name. It's Shai Gilgeous Alexander.
Okay. I don't know how Shea Butter.
You don't know how to say butter? What is going on with you today?
Anyway, he says, I don't know how SGA is MVP because I do agree with this. When Joker is literally, he says Stephen who? Mike, okay, I got the damn name wrong. Oh, don't bring Jesus into this, Mike. Don't bring Jesus into this. Look, it's not my fault, okay? Calm down.
Oh shit.
He didn't even say the
Hell,
middle
you
name
might-
right either.
Look out the
Chris, you
Rockets.
heard that? He said,
Joe, you're a Rockets fan too?
he didn't even say the middle name right also. Chris, he said Steven Gagilius Alexander.
Yeah.
Like,
No, that's not what I said. That's you making fun of it. I said Gagilius. Thank you.
It don't matter. Oh shit! But okay, what were you? But what was you trying to get to?
Mike, it's my fault. I'll take accountability.
All right,
No,
Jay.
he makes a good point.
No, I agree, but I think the NBA media voters are going to give the MVP to SGA. But I was just telling him the other night that I thought Jokic was the MVP.
But and this is not the first time I felt like Joker should have got it, guys. I felt like back even when Embiid got it, I kind of felt still kind of sort of that Joker should have had it then. Do you think Gonzo and Frankie and Tony, do you think that the NBA just doesn't want Joker to get it that much and that's why he's not? Like, do you think there's some bias in there?
I don't think it's just against Joker. I just don't think they don't want anybody to get it like 3 years in a row. I mean, if you think about it, look how many years Jordan could have got it. Look how many years LeBron could have got it. Has only had it a few times. The NBA media and the voters, they don't like giving it to the same guy. And if you get it twice, they definitely don't want to give it to you that third year. I think that was the whole reason Embiid got it over Jokic was they were voter fatigue or whatever bullshit they want to call it. But hell, he had better numbers than he did the year before.
That's the problem. I mean, when you do better than you did the year before, how can they not give it to you again?
So let me ask you this. So based on that, though, you feel like, because I truly feel like, I agree with you. I feel like the MVP award, just like the All-Star game, is watered down all to hell. It's not true and it's not genuine.
I don't think the NBA care of sheep herders. That's all.
Yeah, they probably do. What, Joe? You lived in Galveston for 20? Damn, okay. Now that makes sense. Here, me and Joe got on the same. Okay, Joe, I feel you. I hear you. Are you really Italian, or you just
Frankie? Now we have a second Jay McLovin in the chat, dude.
That's 2 days. Shit, that's all we need.
Jay's outcome's about to fully change now. He's not gonna have that belief. He's gonna go back to his old belief systems.
No. Like who was Lamar? Like who was Lamar? Not MVP. He had. Okay, I'll give you that too. I mean, hey, I'm right there. I get it. I do. Huh? Yeah, I mean, that's what I feel like. I feel like a lot of these awards that we get so hyped up on, it's just for nothing because it's not. I don't think it's true or authentic or genuine. Even like the All-Star games, not true, not authentic or genuine. I mean, it's just crazy.
You know what? I'm sick of Mike always crying about why didn't Lamar win the MVP? Shut up,
No,
Mike.
if you look
over.
at Lamar's numbers,
He didn't win.
I'll give him
Well. Cry about it. You're not a Ravens fan. Oh well. You should be more like, why didn't Caleb Williams win comeback player of the year or something like that, or rookie of the year, or offensive player of the year, something like that.
Whoa.
I'm just saying that's
you know
what
why he didn't get offensive or rookie of the year. You know why. You know why.
Be careful. Mike's gonna ask for the stream link.
Hey, Joe, I love you, man. I didn't realize you had so many years in Galveston. That's awesome to hear, brother. That's awesome.
That sounds boring as hell, Galveston.
Galveston is. Man, you don't even know much about. You know how much history is involved in Galveston, bro. You don't even know your history. Just be quiet.
You're right. I don't know my history.
Before we go down that rabbit hole,
I was always high during social studies.
Anybody have anything else before we get out of here?
I'm good.
Oh no! I do have one last thing I'd like to say. If any of you ladies out there find Gonzo to be charming,
Whoa!
He can be found on.
Whoa!
Hey, hold on. I'm just saying here on the afternoon show, we're trying to get Gonzo hooked up. So
how do we get him out of the stream?
No, it's okay. You could have left me down there. You had every right to do that. I'm looking out for you, Gonzo. You're an attractive guy, man. There's just got to be a million women out there. Come on, let's go, women.
We got a lot of other subjects we can be talking about,
Yes.
Jay. That's not the subject we need to go into.
Hey, yo, Mike.
Before we get out of here?
Yeah. If you guys enjoyed this wild and amazing afternoon show, go ahead and hit that follow, that like button, share the stream. You can follow us on ESCN Network. You can find all of our platforms on the link tree down below or in the description up top. I'm sorry, my daughter's like above me. You follow all of our networks and social media platforms all over. This is your boy Frankie C, Jay McLovin, Chris and Tony Gonzalez, saying thank you for watching. See you guys tomorrow. And yo, Mike, don't matter what the Bears are doing, you're still gonna be in 4th place.
You have anything?
No, I'm good.